All right, so today we are going deep, really deep, on Amariah Morales.
Sounds exciting.
She's a social media model,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of people are really fascinated by, that whole world and what it takes to make it, actually make it in that world.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at this article,
All right.
A Day in the Life of a Social Media Model, Amariah Morales.
Okay.
I think it's going to be really interesting to kind of go beyond those Instagram posts and see, what's really going on.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, they only see the final product.
Right.
They don't see all the work that goes into it,
Oh,
the planning, the consistency, everything that goes into it.
So, I mean, everyone knows her as like Jay Funny's girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Famous comedian.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people don't realize she's actually, built a real career.
Oh, absolutely.
Like we're talking a net worth of $1 million by 2024.
Wow.
So that's real. That's serious. So
yeah, she's definitely I think she's a great example of how you can leverage, relationship to kind of boost your own career, but you still have to have that drive and that work ethic.
Well, and the talent. I mean, let's be real.
No, of course. Yeah.
You can't just, be dating someone famous and all of a sudden become, an influencer.
Right.
So let's dive in, I guess, like what really stood out to you from this article, like in terms of her daily routine, like what is she actually doing every day to, make this happen?
Well, one thing that really stuck out to me is just how much planning goes into everything.
Okay.
It's not just, like I said, it's not just like posting a random picture.
Right.
She's thinking about, okay, what's my audience going to respond to?
Yeah.
What's the best time to post this?
Those algorithms.
The algorithms, exactly.
It's like a whole science.
It's a whole
Like I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Me neither. And it's constantly changing too.
Right. Yeah.
But it's interesting because thinking about her background, did you know she was raised on an Air Force base in Italy?
I did. Yeah. Which is so interesting because she's from South Lake Tahoe, California.
I know, right?
It's like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, her family has roots in Puerto Rico and Mexico, too. So it's like,
wow,
it's a very, global background.
Yeah, very diverse.
Which I think, probably lends itself well to,
absolutely.
appealing to a global audience.
Especially on social media where you have people from all over the world seeing your content. So, yeah, I think that's a huge advantage.
Yeah, for sure. And, I think it's also interesting how she got started.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
So, she started on TikTok, which is interesting because that's, short form video, and it's all about, going viral and,
catching the
with the algorithm.
Yeah.
So she had to figure out how to, create content that would
work
with that algorithm and get her seen by people.
Yeah, and it's interesting because she has this athletic background, too.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
She played football and softball growing up.
Yeah.
So I think that probably instilled a lot of discipline in her.
Right, work ethic.
That
you need to,
absolutely
really grind it out.
And that translates to any field, but especially social media.
For sure.
Where you're constantly having to put out content, engage with your audience.
Stay on top of everything.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's, her relationship with Jay Funny, which, I mean, you can't deny that probably gave her a huge boost.
Oh, absolutely.
In terms of visibility.
I mean, when you're dating someone who's already famous, you're automatically going to get more eyes on you.
Right.
But like we were saying earlier, it's what you do with that visibility that really matters.
Exactly.
And she's a great example of someone who didn't just ride on someone else's coattails.
Right. She leveraged it.
Yeah. To build her own brand.
And her own success. Which, is really impressive.
It is. And you can see that with her collaboration with Fashion Nova, for example.
Oh, yeah.
That's huge.
That's not just,
That's not a random opportunity.
Yeah.
That came her way. That was a strategic partnership.
Right.
That she made happen.
Yeah. And it makes sense. Her style, her audience.
Yeah. It aligns perfectly.
It all fits.
And
that's that's how you build a real business.
Absolutely.
And that's, I think, what's so fascinating about this whole world of social media modeling is that it's actually a business.
It is. And I think a lot of people underestimate that.
Right. They think it's just
oh, you just take pictures and post them?
Yeah, but there's so much more to it.
Oh, there's so much more to it.
You have to understand marketing, branding, audience engagement.
You're basically an entrepreneur.
The whole thing.
It is. And you're also kind of like a content creator.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be creative. You have to come up with new ideas all the time.
Right.
Keep people engaged.
And it's constantly evolving, too.
Exactly. And that's what I think is so interesting. Like,
Yeah.
what skills do you think, like, future influencers are going to need?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Like, what's going to set them apart?
I mean, I think, obviously, hard work.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's...
Oh, yeah, you got to have the grind.
You got to have the grind.
Yeah.
But also, like, adaptability.
Yes, because things change so quickly.
So quickly.
On social media.
Yeah, like, who knows what the next TikTok's going to be.
Right, exactly.
Or, like, what the algorithms are going to be like.
You have to be able to, like, roll with the punches.
Yeah, and like, really understand the digital space. Like,
yeah, be tech savvy.
Tech savvy, know how to, like, use all the tools and platforms.
And understand how to, like, connect with people in a genuine way.
Yeah, because I think, like, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
It is. It's about building relationships.
Building relationships.
And providing value to your audience.
Right. And I think Amariah Morales is a great example of someone who's doing all of that.
Absolutely. She's killing it.
And she's, like, proof that you can really build a successful career in this space.
And make a lot of money doing it.
And make a lot of money.
Which is always nice.
Always a plus. Right.
So, yeah, I think her story is really inspiring. And it's a good reminder that social media modeling is more than meets the eye.
It's a real business.
It is a real business.
It takes a lot of work.
A lot of work.
And a lot of talent.
But it can be very rewarding.
Yeah. So, if you're thinking about getting into this world, take notes from Amariah Morales.
She's definitely someone to look up to.
For sure.
And learn from.
All right. Well, that's our deep dive on Amariah Morales.
That was fascinating.
Yeah, she's definitely one to watch. All right, we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Bye.
Bye.